Hello, I'm Sensei Alex Kakio, and today we'll be doing a guided meditation that I like to call Metta Bellows-Breathing. Metta being the Sanskrit word for loving kindness, and bellows breathing being the technique we'll use to draw loving kindness into our bodies from the earth and then expel it out into the world around us. But before we get into that, I'd like to remind you to subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified when I post talks in the future. Also, if you'd like to learn more about meditation, I'd encourage you to check out my book, Perfectly Ordinary, Buddhist Teachings for Everyday Life. I've included a link for a sample chapter of the book in the description for this meditation. So, today's meditation will involve some gentle movements of the body. There will be some meditative breathing, which I'll walk you through. And finally, there will be a visualization component, followed by a short cool down at the end. It'll take about 20 minutes in total, and I'll keep the time, so you don't need to worry about that. So to start, we can just go ahead and get settled in. The only rule for this meditation is you need to be comfortable. Physical discomfort can be a distraction when doing a visualization exercise, so if you want to sit in a chair or on a cushion or use a seiza bench, all of that's perfectly fine. If at any time during the meditation you feel the need to move, that's also fine. Just place your hands in gassho like so. And if you're meditating with other people, make sure you move quietly and slowly so you don't interrupt them. Alright, so if you feel comfortable and you're all settled in, let's start by gently closing our eyes and straightening our spine. Chin slightly elevated. Wonderful. Now we'll start with the meditative breath, which means we'll breathe in and out through our nose. And just do that for a while. Focusing on the feeling of the air moving in and out of your throat, the expansion and collapse of the chest as the air moves. And the reason we breathe through the nose and not through the mouth is this sends a signal to our body that we're safe, that we can relax. The mind speaks to the body through the breath. So that's where our meditation will begin. Wonderful. Now we're going to add something to that. We're going to add the belly. And you may want to take your left hand and place it over your belly button to help with this part, to get a really good feel for the movement. With every inhale, we just push out the belly button. Not straining, just pushing it out like we just had a big meal. What this does, as the abdominal wall moves out, our diaphragm moves down into our stomach cavity, allowing the lungs to fill completely with air. This is the breath that yogis and Buddhist masters have used for thousands of years to calm their minds and drop down into samadhi. And we'll just stay here for a while, breathing through the nose expanding the stomach, which with each inhale. Not straining. Just relaxing into the breath. And if the mind wanders, that's what minds do. Just notice gently and bring your focus back to the physical sensation of the breath. We'll do this for about 2 minutes. I'll keep time. Wonderful. Now we're going to keep that breath going. And we're going to move in to the visualization part of the meditation. Pulling the loving kindness into ourselves. In Buddhism, we're taught that the earth is the embodiment of loving kindness. That's why Kannan, who is the bodhisattva of loving kindness, is often shown either in the ocean or on a lotus petal or seated on the ground. She's right down here with us. And that's the energy we're going to draw on today. So we're going to visualize an energy that's our favorite color, blue, green, yellow, whatever you prefer, starting at the base of our spine and traveling all the way down to the center of the earth, anchoring us into our meditation and into our bodies. With each inhale, that line from our spine to the center of the earth gets a little bit brighter and a little bit stronger. Until finally, it's as strong as steel. And just take a moment to visualize that. If your mind wanders, again, that's what minds do. Just notice gently and bring your focus back to the visualization. If you have trouble maintaining the visualization, that's fine too. Just bring your focus back to the breath. Good job. Now we enter the bellows part of the meditation. The bellows are a device used by blacksmiths to draw air into a forge. So they expand it. It looks almost like an accordion. They pull it apart and air goes in. And when they push it together, air goes into the fire for the forge. It burns very hotly. Allows them to purify and shape the metal that's in the forge. So what we're going to do is start pulling energy, that loving kindness energy from the earth, and we're going to store it just behind our belly button. So with each inhale, the energy comes up from the earth into our belly. With each exhale, it burns a little hotter while it's there. We're going to build a fire of loving kindness in our bellies. Inhaling, pulling the energy in. Exhaling, making it burn hotter. We're just going to sit here and do this for about 2 minutes. I'll keep time. And as we do this, allow the energy and the warmth of the loving kindness to permeate your body. If there are any places that have tension or pain, direct a little bit of the heat there. Relax that part of your body ever so slightly. Sometimes we forget that before we can give devotion, we have to receive it. So we're going to spend this time giving devotion to ourselves. Wonderful. When Buddha sat under the Bodhi tree and realized his own enlightenment, there was a moment where he was tempted to give up the path. Mara asked him, "Who bears witness for you? What right do you have to be the awakened one?" And Buddha responded not by giving some philosophical treatise, but by touching the earth. He said, "The earth bears witness for me." And as we sit here as Buddhas, the earth bears witness for us, accepting us exactly as we are, filling us with grace, filling us with loving kindness. And now, in the last 5 minutes of the meditation, we're going to share that loving kindness, first with ourselves, and then with the world. So now that we have that fire of loving kindness burning within us, nice and hot, permeating our body with love, we're going to visualize it going up our spine like a pipe, water in a pipe, and shooting out of the tops or the crowns of our head like a geyser or a garden hose. Just imagine we breathe in, the loving kindness enters our belly, the bellows. We breathe out through the nose. The loving kindness shoots up our spine and out the top of our head. It goes up into the air and falls down on us, drenching us with warmth and love and kindness, accepting us exactly as we are. And we'll just do this for about 1.5 minutes. I'll keep time. Maintain the breath, in and out through the nose, expanding the belly on every inhale, pulling the loving kindness into the bellows of our belly, and then expelling it through the tops of our head. Good job. And now for the final portion of our meditation, we're going to take this metta, this loving kindness energy that the earth has so kindly given us, in the spirit of Kannan, the bodhisattva of compassion, we're going to share it with someone else. So we're going to visualize a loved one. It could be a friend, a family member, a coworker, a spiritual guide. It could even be an animal who we love very deeply. And we're going to visualize them sitting right in front of us, doing their own meditation. And then we're going to alternate breaths. So with one breath, the loving kindness falls on us, permeating our bodies. And with the next breath, it falls all over them, showering them in goodness, in kindness, and unconditional acceptance. We take them exactly as they are, just as the earth takes us exactly as we are. And we're going to do this alternating bellows breathing, going between them and us for the next minute. I'll keep time. If the mind wanders, that's perfectly okay. Just notice gently and return it back to the visualization. If we have trouble maintaining the visualization, that's also okay. Just focus on the sensation of the breath, the movement of the belly, the expansion of the chest, the feeling of air in our throat. As we do this, maybe the corner of our mouths move upwards ever so slightly. Good job. Now in our minds, or if we want to do it physically as well, we can bring our hands in front of us in Gasho, palms together, bow gently to the friend or loved one in front of us. Thank them for sharing this practice with us, and then send them on their way as we close the meditation. To do this, we'll start by stopping the flow of energy out of the top of our head. We don't do this all at once, it just kind of peters out slowly with each breath. Gets a little softer, a little weaker. Until the energy only goes to our nose. Then it only goes to our throat. Then our heart center. And with each breath, we're finally just going back to where we started. Pulling up that loving kindness from the earth. With each inhale. And storing it in our bellies. Good. Now we place our hands in Gasho again. Bow gently to the earth, which supports us in our practice, cradling us when we sleep, holding us up when we walk. We thank the seed of loving kindness for helping us in our practice today. And now we keep any energy that still remains in our bellies. We'll carry that with us after the practice. But we stop pulling new energy up from the earth. And now we'll just take the next 30 seconds to a minute. I'll keep time. Let's do a minute. And with each breath, we just see that fire of loving kindness in our belly. And we just enjoy the warmth, the devotion. We say thank you to ourselves for this practice, for this self-care. Continuing the breath, just enjoying the warmth of the fire inside. Good job. Now we'll slowly rock back and forth in our chair or on our cushion. Just bringing some gentle movement into the body. And when we're ready, we'll open our eyes. Thank you so much for doing that with me today. I enjoy this loving kindness meditation, this Metta Bellows-Breathing as I call it, because we can do it anywhere, at any time. So one of my favorite things to do actually is if I'm in a group of people and everyone's just going about their business, I'll start doing this meditation. And I just start showering myself and all the people around me with love. And it's interesting. No one knows what's happening, but the mood in the room becomes lighter, becomes more joyful. And we all feel more peaceful as a result. This can also be done if we're in a moment of conflict. We're not getting along with the person in front of us, or we're in a group of people that's arguing. Again, we do this Metta Bellows breathing. We shower the group with love. And people calm down. We calm down. So that's the practice for today. I hope this meditation was helpful. If you'd like to read articles I've written on Buddhist practice, you can do that at my blog, The Same Old Zen. The link for that is in the description below. If you have questions about meditation or just some comments on what we did today, I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment in the comment section below. I promise I'll respond. I love chatting with you guys. Until next time. Amitabha.